And then he said to me, sir, in Arabic again, that, sir, I would give anyone any number of dates from any, this bunch, whatever you want to test. You want, I can give you. But you have to ask me. When I'm telling you, you are taking something without my knowledge. I'm responsible here, and I will give you. I will give any customer this. And it is not necessary that you have to buy when I give you for testing. So this is personality and character that, maybe, I don't know, but I think, and that was, his perception was, that this guy didn't want to ask him, thinking he might not give him, for tasting. And he has taken like this. So that's the character, because you would think that he's not seeing now, and let's take it, In personality, he was good. He was a normal person. He was not someone, like you would say he's a thief or something, no? So we normally see great personalities. We have seen a lot. We have seen in our lives, on media, on personally, physically, in seminars, in workshops, in talks. Do all such personalities bear excellent character? That's a very big question. Very difficult to judge. My answer is no. Not all. Not necessarily. I'm not saying that everyone, not all of such big personalities have really excellent character. Not necessarily. Because they are acting, as I said, the big personalities are acting according to the situation in front of others, either on the media or personally while they're making speeches. And this is why, and why I said no, this is why we come across news items, have we not? A lot of news items exposing some personalities of their wrongdoings and scandals at some stage. I don't want to name, but we all know people including US presidents. Have we not heard of their scandals in the media? Were they bad personalities as a person? No, excellent personalities, very impressing. When they talk, they are impressing the dot. People are giving them votes, and that's why they're becoming presidents, So they've got excellent personalities, but when it comes to character, people are exposed at one point or the other, later or during the tenures. That's the difference between personality and character. So that's why character and character building has got a lot more importance than just building and grooming personalities. And that is the foundation of ethical practices. So the bottom line is, this is the foundation. Now, what are the prerequisites of a good character? Because when you're talking of character, so you should know what are the prerequisites. I'm sure all of us know, and this is not something very, difficult. Alhamdulillah, all of us know very, very well. It's the only thing is, they go back of the mind sometimes. When we see a lot of trend against something, we think this is the trend. This is what is prevailing. So the first one is trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is something as prime in any unethical practice. Being honest in all our acts, and being fair in our dealings. Whether we are an employee, we are responsible to be fair with the employer. He is paying for us, for that time, for our intelligence, for our skills. We have to deliver. So we have to be fair and honest in our delivery, even being an employee. Even if we are having some monetary trust from someone, they are trusts. So we have to be careful of those trusts. The second one is truthfulness. So no lies and no misstatements. What we saw in some of these statements, the financials were misstated. What is revenue inflation? This is misstatement. What is cost overruns hidden or not properly treated? That is misstatement. So when we leave this characteristic or the value from our activities and from our personality, from our character, then we end up into those kinds of situations. Keeping promises, whether it's personal promise, very informal, we have not written anything, we just called someone and said we'll reach there by that time and I'll meet you, on dinner or on this meeting or whatever, and then I don't go and I don't even bother to tell him, why I'm not going or why I'm not coming. I'm stuck, fine. I'm stuck in the traffic, I've got some problems, at least I should call before the time that, sorry, I would not make it. Very difficult for me, I'm in this situation now. Or I've got very high fever. Immediately before 15 minutes of my meeting, I got into fever. But I think, now I've got fever, no problems. This is a good reason why to inform, I'll tell him tomorrow that I got into a very high temperature and I could not come. But that's wrong. if I am really unable to convey this message, I cannot talk, but at least I can tell someone else to, SMS from my phone. This is the number. I can write to my colleague, my family, if I am not alone, write this SMS and send it to this number. That's it. Fine. Nothing more. That is responsibility. So when we feel responsible, we have to act like that. And that is ethics. They are values. Be it official, formal agreements, more so. But I am saying that I wrote informal first, intentionally. I could have written formal agreements first, because they are more important sometimes. They are on stamp paper, they are on legal papers, they have legal values, legal repercussions. But I wrote informal first because I think for us it doesn't mean anything, whether formal or informal. When we have committed, means we have committed. And in our religion I think that is very important. When we have said something, we have to do it. When we have committed or promised for something, we have to fulfill it. If we cannot, we have to tell the guy the reason, and then no problem. At least do that. This, I think, I will not go into a lot of detail of this, but just quickly, because I think at this stage and this level, we are all aware of how characters are built, how habits are built, but just to reinforce in our minds. What's the process? The process starts from thoughts that come to our mind. And thoughts normally come, all right? They come. They are not like made. I will not normally make my thinking. Things come in my mind as thoughts. Now they could be either of the two, a good thought or a bad thought. Could not be a third one. Either a good thing that comes to my mind, or a bad thing comes to my mind. When a bad thing comes to my mind, I stop it there. I don't work on it. That's the kind of process of building character. The good things that comes to my mind because of anything, because I heard something yesterday, because I read something, because someone was teaching and whatever, it came to my mind, I should start working on that. Now the process should be like this. The thought and it is like this normally. It converts into an intention. I've written also in Urdu also, khayal and then irada. So intention is irada. So irada is still not like full determination. It's just an intention that I might carry on with this thought. When it converts into a determination, azm, that is the place where it starts. Because I leave it at intention, I won't do anything. If I stop even a good idea at intention stage, and I don't convert this intention into my determination that I will do it, I have to do it, then it becomes my azm or my determination, which then of course is converted into words or alfaz. They will, like I will plan something in my mind, and I'll write, or I will be doing it, these words in my mind only, making these words, and then I'll act on those words. If I think that this is a good work, I have to give a charity to someone. This was the thought coming in, I made an intention, then I said, no, I'm determined, I have to give this charity today or by tomorrow and this much to someone needy, and I'll identify that person. These are the words now coming. Now by tomorrow, I have to act. I have to do something to identify that person. I have to have that ATM and my bank balance to draw that money, 5,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. This is an act. And then search for that person and then deliver this money. In a way, this is a good work, and comes to the level of act, amal. And then when I start repeating that act, right, I did it once, that doesn't become my habit. If I did a good job or a good thing once, it doesn't become habit. To become a habit, you have to repeat that. So when something is repeated, it becomes your habit, and the habits basically turn to your character. Make your character, basically. So another example of a bad habit or a bad character, I'm not saying bad character in that sense, but bad habit, okay? Let's stop it at habit. Smoking. Thought comes, for example, to smoke, or because I am in a gathering where everyone is smoking, and next day it came to my mind that I should also smoke. Looks nice, very smart. So I make an irada, an intention that I'll start smoking, from today or tomorrow. And then I make a determination, no, I should smoke. And then I go buy a packet or a cigarette or whatever, and I start smoking, which is an act. If I smoked once, I don't think it's a big problem. because I smoked once, and if I don't smoke